What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Pat Outdoors. Today we're going to be working on the Talaria XXX. On the last video, we put a set of Shinko SR241 tires on it, which allowed me to ride it on some off-road trails, but I noticed a good amount of lower end torque loss, and I actually lost some of the top speed. So today I'm going to be working on regaining some of that back by reducing the amount of drag and weight on the drivetrain. But before we continue, I just want to apologize for not putting out content for the last couple weeks, since I've been a little bit busy looking for a new home for me and my wife and for the bikes. And I think I may have found one in West Virginia that has 3 times as much garage space and 5 acres for us to ride on, so that I can make you guys more content. Let's get started. Since there's still a very limited amount of aftermarket options for these bikes, as far as controller upgrades that are plug and play, or 72-volt battery options that are completely drop-in for these type of bikes, there's really not much I can do to increase the RPM speed of this motor, besides snipping the brown speed limiter wire for the controller. So I previously decided to install a 44-tooth rear sprocket from a Talaria MX3, which netted me an extra 3 miles an hour in top speed, but I did lose some low-end torque. But when I installed the larger tire set, it exaggerated the loss in torque overall. So we are going to be stepping it back up to a 48-tooth rear sprocket. And I'm also going to be swapping out the factory O-ring chain to a lighter non-O-ring chain to see if that reduces the amount of drag on the drivetrain. I'm going to start off by removing the rear wheel, swapping the sprocket out, and then we're going to remove the factory chain so that we can weigh it in comparison to the new JT chain that we're using. This one is a 420 by 106 link, black steel. We're probably going to take off a couple links to make it the correct length, since the factory chain uses 102 links. Here's the part number for the chain that I'm using. If you are interested in checking out any of the items that I'm using for this project, I will have this linked in the description below. The sprocket bolts are 6mm. I'm honestly super anxious about the whole house situation, since I put in an offer today. The house was just on the market for 3 days before I looked at it, and they already closed out on all the offers. So mine is the last one that was submitted. I'm really praying that I get it, because it's less than an hour and a half away. I'd love to invite some people to ride out there and enjoy the property with me. So I'm really hoping that I get it. Just to give you guys some perspective on how much resistance there is within these factory O-ring chains, you can pretty much change its shape and it keeps that form until you fully tug on it pretty hard. So there is a noticeable amount of resistance within each link. You see there are 4 O-rings in each one. This is supposed to be a lower maintenance chain versus a regular one, but I could see how this could contribute to a good amount of power loss by the time the motor is trying to deliver the power to the rear wheel with all this weight and resistance. So hopefully installing a regular dirt bike chain is going to reduce the amount of power loss. Taking off the chain is pretty simple. You just have to locate the master link, which is the one with the black clip on the outside. You can take the clip off with just a pair of needle nose pliers. Sometimes you have to use a small flathead to guide it off the link, and then you can pull the master link off on the other side, and then you can just pull the chain out. That's it. Chain is out. And so we have a fair comparison in weight. I'm going to take off a couple links from the new chain to match the length of this one, and I'm going to leave the master links on both of them, and we'll see what the difference is. Wow, you can already see how free the new chain is versus this one. So you can definitely see how this could help transfer the power to the rear wheel. And to remove the links, I'm just using this chain detacher that I got from Amazon. I'll have it linked in the description below. I'm only gonna take off 2 links for now because I got a feeling that I'm gonna switch sprockets around on the Talaria. I might go to a slightly larger one for more torque later on when I'm trying to learn how to do wheelies and whatever. Careful not to lose this clip. Yeah, this new chain is all greased up. Glad I'm wearing gloves. All right, let's go weigh these things. All right, let's measure this by the ounce. Starting with the stock chain, it is 28.22 ounce. And let's try the new chain. 27.69, which is not much of a difference at all. Oh, well, there are 2 extra links on that one, so I guess it is a little bit lighter. Again, 28.2, 27.69. What is that, like half an ounce of loss? But this has 2 extra links, and as you can see, it is a lot less resistant versus this one. Got everything in the back reinstalled. The chain tension is currently a little bit on the tighter side than what I usually like, but I can already tell that there is a lot less resistance with the drivetrain overall. And I'm gonna leave a little bit of room for it to stretch a little bit on the first ride, and then I'm gonna adjust the chain tension accordingly if I need to. All right, let's go see if this thing's gained some torque back. Also really liking this new phone mount that I just got. Just slides right in, snaps right in. Also going to be testing the top speed, see if we regained it back to 52.2 miles an hour, like what it was before we put the new tires on. Let's go test it out. Well, I can instantly notice there is a good amount of torque that we got back. This is a good sign. Let's go do a top speed run on the way back. All right, top speed run. The bike feels a lot better than with the 44 tooth sprocket and the stock chain. It picks up speed a lot quicker with this new O-Ringless chain, but I don't think we have the same top speed as we did before. Let's see if we still hit 50. Okay, top speed is exactly 50 miles an hour. So it's not as fast as it was with street tires and the 44 tooth sprocket, but I am completely content with a 50 mile an hour top speed and being able to take the Talaria out on some trail rides if I want to. So I think I am going to leave this setup as is, at least for a little while. I also noticed that the speedometer display on the Talaria now reads accurately with the new tires and stock sprocket on.
Before it used to be like 3 or 4 miles an hour off, which is why I'm using this Psych Plus GPS based speedometer, just so we can get a reliable top speed measurement. But I no longer have to use this since this is only 1 mile an hour off now.
All right guys, if you enjoyed today's video or found it helpful in any way, do me a favor and hit that like button. And if you like this kind of content, want to keep up with some of my projects or potentially my new house, consider subscribing to this channel. But this is going to be it for today. Thank you for watching.